creative confidence session with Shahin Monjezi. We need to just start calling you Doctor Monjezi.
Dr. Monjezi has entered.
The chat.
What's up, chat?
No, but honestly, you could get away with that.
What do you mean, get away? My pen.
Faking being a doctor. You could do that. You
It's
could do that
called
for sure.
fraud.
No, but like a fake doctor, like a doctor in confidence or a doctor in creativity.
Doctor in confidence.
You got that?
Okay.
You got any
So,
creative ideas that you were wanting to, uh, eh,
well,
you
I'll
know?
tell you why we prompted this creative session. So, I was sunbathing this morning, sitting out in the
Mm.
sun.
We didn't have
And
that. It's been raining here.
man, this is the benefits of Southern California. I do talk a lot of shit about this place, but when it's the first week of January and I can fucking be outside shirtless, it's dope.
So tell me about this sun session you had.
So I was sitting out in the sun, and then I don't know why, but I thought of David Cho,
Mm-hmm.
and then I thought of that one baboon story
Mm-hmm.
where he's, you see that podcast, right, with Joe
Yeah, I've
Rogan?
seen the Joe Rogan interview with him. He talks a lot about that tribe that he donates to and has like a foundation set up with. So yeah, very
Yeah.
familiar with that.
So, and I know you were talking about we got to get out, we got to do some travel stuff, and I was like, yeah, we do got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
was, oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead,
What? One sec.
for sure. What's up, guys? And welcome to this
Yes.
creative confidence session. I'm live with my boy Zach Riddle here, and today we're gonna do basically no judgment creative session where we're just gonna generate ideas on a travel series that Zach and I have been thinking about doing. Um, Miguel, hi,
Perfect for
thanks for joining.
today.
So yeah, we're gonna do a travel series. We've been talking about doing a travel series.
We're just gonna run it and gun it.
What's up? We got 35 people on the chat
Oh,
now.
let's go! And we got some hello. We got a hi and a hello from Miguel Tavares and Ariande Neri. HM ideas. I don't know what that means, but HM, sure.
So yeah, I was just updating the chat that we're
Yeah,
creating a travel show. This is the beginning. Charlie Heath, it's my B day tomorrow. Happy
let's
birthday
go.
to you.
Happy birthday.
Welcome to the chat, or welcome to the
Yeah, I
live, I say.
I think the travel series is I think once we do it and there's proof of concept, I think it's gonna like gain a lot of momentum quickly. Not only on the internet, but just within like the community we have created. And 42 people. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent amount of people in here in the live, you guys, but sometimes it kind of fluctuates. I think honestly, most of the time I'm going live, I'm either doing some sort of golf thing, obviously, so not necessarily interacting with the chat. Okay, we don't need those words put in the chat. But you know, it's
Hey,
okay. But yeah, I do think, once we get proof of concept, I think we'll kind of get a lot more confident in what we're trying to create. Um, what areas are we wanting to travel to? I mean, really anywhere out of the country, to be honest. I think
well,
something I'm
tell them your
excited.
story, Zach, of how you just you've been in Chattanooga, you've been doing your thing, and you're kind of having this itch.
Yeah, definitely on the new year, especially of this. great year of 2026. I definitely want to just take a risk where maybe there isn't a plan, but the plan is to not have a plan. So technically, you do have a plan, but just taking a risk and going somewhere where you've never been, and being able to document it in a cool way for not only us to reminisce, but also for people on the internet and our friends and stuff to enjoy. So um, I think one thing, big thing for me, obviously, is potentially to have golf somewhat involved in maybe one of the short mini docs or something, but or vlogs or whatever it is. But I do think I just want to find different kind of communities that we can kind of show people that
Yeah.
exist in different countries, and then be able to. Hello, King J. Thank you for all the comments. Um, I think, like that bird watching documentary I'd sent to you, I think that was really interesting because, it's about birds, but it's also about all these random different bird watchers that they've met all across the country. Um, so
Yeah.
I do think that finding some sort of niche, um, whether it be food, but if it were food, I would want it to be a specific like dish, or you know what I mean, like just and then hearing the stories behind it, or hearing the people, like I had sent you that jazz club. I think that jazz club is super cool, right? Because all they serve is baked potatoes. That's crazy. Like that's so unique, and they've been around for 50 years or however long, but taking something that has nothing to do with jazz, but also now it's fully ingrained into this one place. Like they're known not only for jazz and great musicians playing, but they're also known for baked potatoes. Where are those weird kind of, places or communities that have mixes of food and music, food and art, or maybe that's it. The
Mm,
mix of, there's a fusion of art and food, and being, able to showcase the places that create that.
I love it. So to add on to finding that sort of middle ground, kind of that mixes both of our brands, since you're more on
Mm,
this kind of like art and golf thing, and now I'm
mm.
kind of more on this like healing and health thing
I mean, I'm big
and
on the
music.
self investment too. Obviously, like that's
The,
my art kind of like motto. You know what I mean? Across all with the golf too, like being able to invest in ourselves. I think that's something that is important too, like being able to like show, the health communities, or you know different places and ways in which people invest in themselves. I think is something that's important too.
we see you, Alex.
Yeah.
Let's show the people what we want to see.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that is, but this is what you're getting.
But yeah, I was saying. So you said you got you. We know. Let's see where we're overlapping here. So we got. I'm
Mhm.
into music.
Mhm.
You got the art. We got. We both love food. I'm kind of on this healing, holistic journey, and
Mm.
then you also got the golf too.
Mhm.
So now we have this like kind of Venn diagram here of like,
Mm.
okay, but I know you and I just like a good story as well.
Yes. And that's where I think sometimes, man, the trip just fake it for us. No, we're not doing that. Not unless you leave us a super chat, or if you leave a super chat of $20, we'll fake kiss. That's that's a guarantee. But listen, um, I think it's important to sometimes just not know, you know what I mean? And sometimes just take the risk on a place and letting the place show you what the story is. Um,
Mm.
letting a person guide you, when you get to that place, you know what I mean? It's a person that you haven't met yet. The only way you meet them is if you get there, right? They're waiting. That's what I always, one of my favorite things to tell people is like, there's these people that are waiting to meet you, right? You just don't know it yet. Neither do they. But once that moment happens, usually I think both people know it was meant to happen, when it's the right thing, right time, right? So, did I lose my train of thought? No, no. But when you're on live, you got to be able to
I want
just
to say this one. Holy Cross greetings from Stockholm City,
Ooh, Sweden.
Sweden.
We would love to go to Sweden. Why
Dude,
not,
I'm
right?
going to Sweden actually.
There you go.
In May, I'll be out in. Well, I'm actually doing a reunion with my friends in Copenhagen, but
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
we'll probably be in Sweden for a couple days. So,
Oh, by the way, I don't think I'm gonna be joining you on the New York escapade for next month, but it is also slightly because like Mook and a couple people at the shop, like the 4 or 5 of us are wanting to plan, or one of us has already, she booked a flight already for like the 26th through the 1st of February to March.
uh-huh.
So that's when I'm probably potentially going up there just to visit again.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think I'll be able to pull off two in a month like that. But yeah, I'm sure you guys are gonna crush it out there. Copenhagen, Denmark?
Denmark? Yes, we're going to Copenhagen, Denmark, but probably gonna drive over to Sweden, uh, just to check it out for a couple days. Holy
Yeah, I mean,
Cross.
I'm sure it's gonna be,
That'll be
great
fun.
view great
I mean,
views.
if I can get some, vlogging or some content out there that's, just showing
A
what I'm
plus.
doing. Yeah, that's a plus. I'm going to just to see my friends, but
I actually think that there's a market or a audience as well for purely audio interview content. And I'm talking pure grab a um just a recorder, you know what I mean? Like a portable, like, recorder that it's fun to just get quick stories sometimes, right? I think
mhm,
it would be potentially a cool series to, you know, hear just people's voices, and you get used to, getting content through just that instead of the video, and the visuals don't play as much of a part. Um,
mhm.
okay, so he says, please stay around Skane I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, or Stockholm, or more north. Stay away from Gothenburg, my friend. Not safe.
Okay. I'll Skane or Stockholm are good. We
What up,
Gothenburg.
Charlie?
Gothenburg
You're
sounds like
Sounds like
what's the
there's a
place?
lot of goths.
What's the place in Batman? What is it called? Isn't
um,
it Gotham?
Gotham. Yeah, you're right.
It's pretty similar.
Sounds like that. Yeah, maybe you'll see Batman out there.
Yeah.
Um,
So anyway,
Alex, thank you. I don't know if you're talking about my voice or Shaheen's, but we both have beautiful voices, and we're open to sharing them on the internet for you guys.
yeah.
But it's more about what we're saying, not how we're saying it.
Um, okay, so let's do this. Why don't we do a speed round here where
Speed.
people in the chat they can throw in ideas for what would be a cool experience or journey or story to go on, but
Like that's
Zach
what
and
I'm
I.
trying to think. Like what, like farms, or like
There we go. I'm gonna put a
what are
timer
things that
on.
I can't. You froze. Oh no. No,
My back?
Shaheen.
Am I back?
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're back. But
All
we
right, I got
lost
a
all the
timer
viewers.
running for 10 minutes right now. So we're just gonna
Okay.
go speed round and
Like
just any
that's
sort
what I,
of ideas of like going out in the safari, golfing in Korea,
yeah.
no limits. Don't think
Yeah.
about how you're gonna do it or if it's possible or feasible. Let's just throw it out
Mm.
there. People in the chat, you guys are welcome to join in.
I
All
think it
right.
would be cool to like stay like somewhere super remote that's like a farm or like um like I'm talking like settlers, bro. Like I'm talking like people out in a cabin, like
Remote living,
remote
just off the
living,
grid, off the
off the
grid.
grid, but they're able to live like off themselves. I think that is like
Right.
a cool,
Self-sustainable.
yeah. And then documenting what it's like to be there for 24 hours or something.
Okay. I like
Um,
it. Keep it going. Keep it going.
I think I like the chef idea or something where you're in a restaurant for like in start to finish and you see exactly behind the scenes of what it's like to operate.
Behind
Even
the
if it's a
scenes.
hot dog cart. You know what I mean?
Just like any sort of food establishment, just
Any
seeing
sort
the
of food thing
behind
to
the
where
scenes.
just yeah, behind just like they're waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's still dark outside, and they're in the kitchen, like you know what I mean, like whatever it is, but just show the full process of what it takes to like run something like that.
But that person's got to be prerequisite. They got to be passionate about what they do.
No, for sure.
Right.
I think with golf, I always like to find like the the cheap places. You know what I mean? I want to go to the places some people might think look down at. You know what I mean? And because
Mhm.
there's usually for the love of the game. That's where those guys are out there. The grinders. And you know, golf is you don't have to speak the same language as someone to go play golf with them, right? And so like I think that's a cool thing to like be able to like there's this like cross national like sports bring people together. The Olympics is obviously like the biggest representation of that, but um I'm usually
Okay.
trying to I get a bad vibe from the guy with the
I
flowers.
saw that.
Okay, Frankie, chill. He's got a great vibe. Your vibe meter is needs to be recalibrated, bro. Um, so I think I like the grinders, man. I like the old guy who's sitting out there on the driving range for 5 hours and he's retired and he still goes out there every day. You know what I mean? Those are the people that I like, want to get to know or showcase or highlight in some form or
I
fashion.
mean, an Olympics one would be fun because that's happening. Well, that's in a couple years though.
An Olympics one, but I would love to do an Olympics out of the country. You know what I mean? I think it's cool.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's rare that we get it in the country, but I think you know I don't like. I would obviously want to do it out of the country, but
You're like that's
LA,
the whole
LA.
point.
Yeah, but it's weird because in the US too though, it's like and obviously this is true in other countries for when they do it out, not in the US, but like it's spread out so much in the US. Like there's a soccer match in like Kansas City or something, but it's supposed to be in LA. Like they can't obviously do everything in LA, like that makes sense, but
Hmm.
when it's spread out like that, like I don't think you're gonna well, you'll probably feel it a little bit in LA, but I think in some of these other countries and places that they have it, it really feels like, or seems like, at least from afar, that you know that's everything that's going on like at that moment. Like they've like you know been spending like their whole country's money into like pulling it off, basically. Uh,
Right.
whereas I feel like maybe in the U.S. it could feel like maybe a bit of a afterthought, and people still don't care. But
Hmm.
yeah, obviously sports in general, I think are cool. And then maybe, with this health and holistic journey, we're able to find, you know, gyms. I think some of the cooler things in the US is like these, outdoor parks that have, um, what up, Sky? What up, Isaiah? The outdoor gyms, right? And I think is LA a city or a county? It's both. LA County is, you know, LA, the Los
I think they're
Angeles
asking a
is
country.
inside of LA County. But yeah, I think a lot of those things exist in other countries too. These like public wellness areas, or something to that effect. Um, I think running is cool too. That's something I've always been interested in. People that are marathon runners or people that you know where can we showcase people that aren't normally being seen, right? If there's a runner that's waking up at 4 a.m. every day or something like that, um, how can we showcase that person? Thank you, Isaiah.
Okay, okay. I feel like on the holistic or healing side of things, there's a lot of interesting new sort of like, I don't want to call it fake spirituality, but a lot of
Mm,
interesting new like fads and trends and things that are
mhm.
happening in that space. But have you ever heard of a breatharian,
I have
perchance?
not. Someone who only eats breath, air.
Exactly. It's a person that only eats air or lives, basically they don't eat food. And I think that would be super interesting. You could look up like breatharians on YouTube, and some people got, YouTube channels. I think it'd be super interesting to like connect with one of these people and just like go out and see what's up, you know?
You know something that also that kind of reminds me of is the, Jesse Itzler, who is a great entrepreneur. People should look him up. He's a speaker as well, but he's the guy who had David Goggins live with him for like 7 days,
Yeah, I
and
know.
then he also lived with a monk for like 20, 30 days or
Yes,
something.
stuff like
That
that.
is something like that, bro. And that's where I was saying about the settlement idea of like going out to like, and it's like, here's what it's like to live here for 3 days, with like no internet, no, like you're completely off. Like I think putting ourselves in places that people like normal everyday people don't necessarily think about on a daily basis unless you're living in it, like giving them the opportunity to, almost live it out vicariously through us.
Yeah, or just like living with so like a monk, or like living with a dude who plays like a traditional instrument that's not played anymore, and like,
Living
yeah,
on a
he's
sailboat, living on a guy like on a guy's sailboat for like, 48
right.
hours, seeing what that's like. Like just putting ourselves in places that um most people wouldn't find themselves in, but not in a like a dangerous way, but like in a unique like, oh, this guy lives, you know, um in a tiny home, you know what I mean? Or something, I don't like there's all these different kind of things. But yeah, I think we should try and nail down like maybe some specific countries that, you know, potentially we could, or areas in the world that we could like work either country to country or um a specific country that we would want to, see things in different areas.
Mhm.
You know, the other thing I think too, obviously something I'm passionate about, and uh, if Kevin was coming along on this trip too, potentially, the photography and meeting photographers, um, that's I think living in the Alaska forests. Alaska is incredible, I'm sure. So that is definitely something, I would be interested in. Um, you know, what if we went ice? I've never been ice fishing. You know what I mean?
Right.
What is that like? What is it like to be out on the pond and drill a hole in there, and you're in this little hut on the ice, like with a little fire in there or something like that would just be a cool experience, you know what
Yeah,
I mean,
what's
to
the
document.
appeal? What's that all about, you know?
Yeah.
What's that
Like,
world about?
yeah, I think being around people that know how to do something when like their life depends on it almost is a cool person or a cool story to highlight. Um, yeah. I don't know.
It's
I think,
cold. It's cold, LOL.
yeah,
Yeah.
Alaska's definitely cold. Um, I think also like just being around places like, let's say, um, Mount Everest, right? Nepal. Like that
Mm,
airport is like one of the craziest, like most dangerous airports in the world. Like, but also just to see like now this is a place that, right, not the most high net worth country, but there's all these super high net worth individuals that are like that has been something that has kind of piqued my interest of late, and not from a standpoint of, oh, I would like to go do that, but I would just like to be there and be around it to see, like, some of these people are delusional, man. Like, they haven't done the proper training, and they've already bought their ticket, and it's like a, you know, lottery to do it, or stuff like that, and
Uh-huh.
it's just a unique kind of um thing that these people get hooked on, right? They're like hooked on this like adrenaline thing. It's like, I have to accomplish this. There's
Mhm.
been so many people that have died up there, and it's because they just weren't willing to go back down. And I think stuff like that, and these like challenges that, you know, just people, and like it takes up their whole life. You know what I mean? Like everything becomes like, I have to accomplish this. So I think highlighting people like that. But I think when it comes to travel content, I think it is important to have like a local person that you can trust. It just needs to be one person that can show you around. I think it's worth it sometimes to pay a guide or a translator, um, to kind of give you the lay of the land. You know, if you had
Yeah,
never
for
been to
sure.
LA before, there's definitely certain places in LA you don't want to really be hanging out at certain
Yeah,
of the time of the day and stuff like that. So, um,
and most people are
small
gonna
stuff
go
like
straight to
that,
downtown thinking
small
that
stuff like that, but they're gonna know those people, right? They're gonna know those places. Like, oh, there's a lot of eccentric people, or there's a lot of creative art or music, and in these areas, and they may know the perfect person, right? They may just take us to the gold, and you never know. But I think that is, something that's important, is to kind of, do your due diligence and your research, and get someone that can help guide you to the place that you're trying to go as well.
Jive is saying, "Is LA that bad?"
It can be.
No, it's not. Yeah, there are it's a pretty big city, so there are parts of it that can be bad, but there's other parts that are super chill, like you're saying. I live in LA. I was born and raised here, so uh, I'm grateful to live here for sure. Like I was telling Zach earlier, I'm glad that I can go out and sunbathe in January.
Hmm. No, there's
Yeah,
definitely parts of it that are just like any place or anything, right?
right.
There's pros and cons,
That's
positives
something
and
I've learned.
negatives.
Every place has its pros, every place has its cons. So
But a pro to you might not be a pro to someone. You know what I mean? It's all
exactly,
subjective at the end of the day, too. Some people like the change in seasons and it being cold because, in some ways it helps you appreciate the warm. But when you're in the warm all the time, you don't necessarily think about it being cold because you don't have to. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
there's
Wait,
different things like that. But yeah, what are maybe some niches that you are potentially interested in?
okay. I was saying like, okay, passionate people who are passionate.
Give
I
me
remember
something
saying
you don't know anything about. Like, give me
something I
something
don't
that
know
I want to
anything about.
learn, and I want people to learn through us, right? So give me something that you have some sort of curiosity about, or some sort of like, you know, oh, this, like, I could just go and just watch these people do what they do. You know what I mean? Like, even
Hmm.
if it's the most mundane thing to some people, or what is something, like, it could be as simple as like, a beekeeper, or like, you know,
I know,
what are
right?
what is something that, like, oh, that's an interesting, like, someone who runs a coffee farm, or
Right. Jive is saying I'd love to live there, Santa Barbara or Burbank. Yeah, Santa
I
Barbara
like
is super beautiful.
I like Burbank too. It's up a little north, and it's kind of out the way. You can roll down to LA when you need to.
Both cool spots. Santa Barbara is not going up to your other one. Santa Barbara is not in LA. It's about two to 2.5 hours away, more
But
north.
yeah, pluck me something out of the universe that just you've seen, like, bicycles, or Something. Give
You
me
know,
give me
I was just like since you're talking about that, the other day I was just thinking about how bananas are, kind of the number one fruit that
mm.
Americans eat. And I was just looking at it. I was, shopping for bananas, and I was like, dude, where did this banana come from? Like, what's the journey of the banana?
See
You
that?
know? And that got me on a whole rabbit hole of like, the whole bananas weren't really that big in the US before, like, I don't know what it was, like the 20s or 30s. And it just took one guy to go down to like somewhere in Central America, and he brought some bananas back and he sold them at his grocery store and he made some good money. And he's like, "Oh dang, I can make a lot of money doing this." And there
See,
now that led down this whole rabbit hole of like buying land in South America and Ecuador, and like Americans getting in and like owning all this land down there, and then them getting into the politics of South America and controlling the politics, and this whole sort of like
mm.
banana warfare, and like basically like Americans getting in and like controlling South American governments just because they wanted to grow bananas and have control of the bananas and the natural resources in that area. So it's just like, dude, you can just go to the grocery store and ask yourself a question like, where did this thing come from? Or like,
And then
how
boom.
does this end up in my hand, you
And
know?
then boom, we're in Peru.
Exactly. So I mean, I like that idea of taking your everyday items and just like
Hmm.
going deeper into it. Like I'm holding a guitar pick right here, you
What's the story
know?
on those? Yeah.
What's the story of the guitar pick, right?
Where do they make them? How did they make it? Why did it
Exactly.
start getting made?
I remember they said, guitar picks used to be made out of turtle shells. So
Oh, that's
let's go
that's
see those
interesting.
turtles, man.
Yeah. Something that also interests me is gambling, right? Gambling in different countries is like, you know, they got turtle races and they got these random little, you know, things that aren't really regulated that like I think are interesting, right? Like people want to be entertained and
Yeah,
they don't have the NFL in, you know what I mean? Like
right.
so what are these things that keep people like entertained and
Hmm.
give them that value in their life that they're seeking um
Right.
that are just that fun, like what are some of these different cultures like, what is their Friday night out look like? Like obviously alcohol and bars and music, like that's the
Hmm.
normal, but what is what is it beyond that? Like what are the subcultures, right?
Hmm.
But I think too, like to go back to the banana thing, I think food that is an interesting thing. Like maybe an angle we weren't thinking about it on is like the farm aspect and like where is this food coming from and you know uh how does it tie back into um you know the way we view food here in the US um and showing like how different communities and cultures kind of like go about it it's more how it used to be probably, I would assume here when you're buying fruit and vegetables and meat and stuff from people you know what I mean? It's not these big grocery stores, it's you're going down to the local market to see the same person that and then it's generational, right? And so your parents had seen this person and now you're seeing their son, you know what I mean? You're seeing their
Right.
daughter take over the business.
Right.
But I think farming is would be really something that's interesting, It's a lot more large scale even on a small scale than you think to be successful doing it, right?
Right.
And
Sustainable farming.
that and I think just I don't know, like it's curious to me. I don't know how to plant some of these things, or I don't know the daily upkeep on to make sure that the crop gets 100% ripe or whatever it is. So I think anything that we don't know about that gives us a little peak of interest, we can kind of just dive into, see where it leads us, and it might lead us to another thing.
That's a great So I need to use the restroom real quick, but I'm
Yeah.
down to continue this conversation, so
Well,
I'll be back in like a minute.
okay. um,
So keep the chat entertained.
no, I'll keep the chat entertained. We got Monster's Heart saying, "Unk, draw me." I don't know who you're referring to as Unk, but neither of us are that old, so chill with that one. Um, Papa Hamanda, deeper into what? Ayo, pause. Jive, women and booze, mushrooms are for space. It's not related to any other planet on Earth. You know, you know, you know. Yeah, so guys, we're just trying to create a flow of ideas for a YouTube travel series, and overall just making travel content, especially out of the US. But coming from the perspective of two people from the United States. So I think we definitely want to showcase and support certain communities that would hopefully, you know, draw some more tourism or draw some more attention locally and internationally to some of these people and places that we think deserve, a more positive outlook or a more positive, um, research or just showcase, to really, show people, why and what people do for a living. You ever visit North Dakota? Not yet, not yet, but I'm excited to go there one day. Um,
Yeah,
you
me
know,
too. I've never been there as well.
I think,
That'd be
yeah, I think
another
this.
thing, man. Going to a random state in the US that just like no one, really thinks about.
Hmm.
And just seeing meeting people from there and seeing how they live.
I think something that we haven't even talked about too that our great friend Andres uh, absolutely loves is the community of diners, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Diners are a really cool place, man, and it's certain places, man. If you walked into that door one morning and you're not from there, every single person will know it, right? Because they go there almost every day, and um, food brings people together, and it's not always about whether it's the best, place,
Mhm.
for people to enjoy some sort of nourishment, but
So a diner
you know,
tour.
a
Oh, okay,
diner
here's
tour.
another thing that I saw the other day, and it was just someone sent me a clip of. Do you remember that guy? His name's Who's the guy? What's his name? He does Gangnam Style from South Korea. Opam Gangnam Style. Psy? Is his name Psy? Yeah. I think it's Psy. Psy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's the guy. He has a video on his Instagram. There you go. Yeah, that's what it is. PSY. Oh, okay. Uh, dude, yeah,
I can't. I didn't hear anything you just
go
said.
on his Instagram, and he has this video from a concert, and it's just like it's insane. Just everyone's dressed the same. There's this huge crowd of people, and it's just on another level, like something I've never seen. And I was just asking myself, how wild would it be at that concert? Having that experience of a South Korean
Mm.
pop artist, and just what's that world about, right? Because
Something else that interests me is clothing,
clothing,
right? And some of these countries, man, they make their own clothes, right? Their grandmother is like, "Oh, you need a new shirt? Well, I'm gonna sew you up one today." You know what I mean?
right?
Uh, it's not as much fast fashion, right? It's more reuse, upcycle, and I think that's really something people are interested in, and something I'm definitely passionate about too. Is showcasing people that are able to like turn some what some people would view as trash or and then able to like reuse it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think also just asking that question of let's go back to living more organically,
Mm.
and going back to like the sustainable farming, and then also wearing clothes that don't. Oh, this is what I was gonna bring
Yes.
it back to. So you've seen the things I've been doing with the microplastics.
Yes. I love it.
So what would it take to live a fully a lifestyle that's fully free of plastics, right? How like you can make a whole documentary about that about that journey because bro, there's plastics in everything, dude. Like, you know what I
It might be
mean?
impossible at this point, but
Exactly. But like
uh,
so even if it's not possible or feasible, it's like going on that journey of
seeing
like
what
this
it would take.
Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing what
Seeing
it
what it
would
would.
take to do it. And
No, that
just sort of the takeaway of like, what people would take away from that is how could they use less plastic in their lifestyle?
mm,
Like where are some easy wins in their life where they can just cut out plastic and plastic use.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, no, I'm definitely a big proponent of that as well. Reuse, recycle, and there's another word, re something. But just grow your own food and drink rainwater. See, yeah, I mean, I think that you know it's possible, but how much does it really take to be able to do that? I think it's actually illegal in some states to collect rainwater. Um, so yeah, like we're saying, there's all these kind of road bumps that wouldn't necessarily lead you to your goal right away, but you would have to figure out the right way to go about it. Um,
Right.
are we lovers? Do we? Yes. Together? No. But we do love this world and people in it. We just don't love each other romantically. It's more of a friendship love. Uh, so to answer your question, yes, we are givers and receivers of love, just not in a romantic way. So nice try, Chris. Um,
Dude, but I was
it's
even
bro
thinking
love. It's
like
bro love. That's right. It's bro love.
I think I told you this before of like having something super simple to do of like just going and seeing an art piece, in
Mm.
some area of the world or something like, okay, that's the mission. Go see this art piece, whatever it is. Go see Picasso's
Dude,
whatever.
actually, you know what a place I'm thinking about that could easily get short series for? Actually, two places that I've been. One, Cadillac Ranch in Texas, where it's the Cadillacs that are halfway put into the ground, where you can go out there and graffiti and spray paint all over them. It's a graffiti like Hall of Fame, like Holy Grail type place. Um, Two is that weird place in California that I went. Remember, that was like the center of the world, and there was that like church out there in the middle of nowhere, and that these people claim that it's like literally the center of the world, like that. There's literally like a bronze like thing in the ground in this building, and they're like, this is the official center of the world.
Where is
uh
it?
it's in California. I don't remember what city, but uh it's really unique, and the photos I took, someone just tricked me and acted like they sent $10. Thanks for getting my hopes up. But anyway, yeah, so there's this place in California, and it's something like a little bit of like almost like, I don't want to like say it is like Scientology, but it's like there's some sort of like ulterior religion, or they want to give you a tour when you go out there. You don't have to like get a tour from them, but they're like, they want you to, like, you have to like sign it. It's like, it's a little bit like, okay,
They
what's
want you
really
to
going on?
sign your soul over.
Yeah. But I didn't get a tour from anyone. I just went and kind of walked around and took pictures out there by myself. But it's really, really unique. It's beautiful, honestly. But it's that place right away, 100% a video, bro. I already know it. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I think really unique places like that that claim they claim this is, you know, center of
Right,
the world, or
claims.
this is, and just seeing, why and what it is they're claiming.
Another, yeah, that's cool. Another thing I always wanted to see is a place on the planet where the sun doesn't set in the
Oh,
summertime.
that would be
Uh,
cool.
I know above a certain line, the sun doesn't set in the summer.
Well, I
I think
know
some
Alaska,
places,
right?
yeah, I think some parts of Alaska. Then you do
Maybe
have place
Canada.
Canada and Sweden and Norway. Uh, that would be cool. I think that would be cool just to make a mission trip out there. Just let's go spend a whole day where it's just all sunlight.
That
And
would be
just see
dope.
how the people in that region live during that time of the year and what's their lifestyle like as a result of the sun never setting. You
I,
know,
I I think something we're also super passionate about that we haven't dived too deep into yet is coffee. We both love coffee, man. And
actually, I've
coffee.
cut out coffee out of my life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man, it was making me feel too. I don't know. It was throwing me off.
Mm, mm.
I do love the taste of coffee, but
Nothing like those beans from San Francisco, though, bro.
those were great. Those were
Those were
great.
incredible.
But yeah, no, I haven't drank coffee in a minute. I've
Mm,
been getting into teas as of late.
no, I remember you telling me you've got this new routine.
Oh, there we go.
Uh Maybe that's a new little social media segment. Shaheen's routine. Routean.
Oh, wow. Okay. Enough with the dad jokes. I love Kool-Aid.
um
Kool-Aid's pretty
yeah, no,
sugary.
Kool-Aid is definitely sugary. Remember those frozens we had?
Oh god,
I
dude,
brought
that
you on
is
some real southern love.
bruh, that cracked me out, man.
Got you on some real southern.
But, like, another thing's, like, car last year I went to Guatemala and Colombia, and we celebrated the Carnival out there. And,
Mm,
like, that one's an interesting story too, man, of just, like, what Carnival means to the people out there and how they sort of country transforms, or that city in particular, Barranquilla in Colombia, sort of transforms during that time of the year. And
uh-huh.
how, like, that's just, like, their thing, that's, like, what they're known for in that region of the world. Uh, Stuff like that's interesting, regional sort of
Regional
celebrations that bring
festivals out
festival yeah,
here.
festivals. Festivals are cool.
Yeah, I mean we work them. You saw
Right.
the just to get into work a little bit, but did you see the Facebook posts of the award winners of the year in Spectrum?
No. They
Well,
awarded people something?
well, I think this
What was
year
the
they came
award?
they came up with like awards. It was like, and people could vote. Like anyone in Spectrum could vote. Um and it was anonymous or whatever, but they had like a full list of like, bar back, or best bar manager, best I don't, there was all these different like things or whatever. But
Did they announce the winners?
yeah, it's on there. I was honorable mention for one of the best newbies.
Kevin's not gonna like that. Nepotism.
The actor that plays in Wolverine, what is his name? Hugh Jackman?
Oh, Hugh Jackman, yeah, yeah, I've gotten that before,
You've gotten that
so
before?
he said he looks like him, but Arabic on the right. Yeah, I've gotten Hugh
uh
Jackman,
yeah, man. I think
Arabic Hugh
also
Jackman.
something we haven't even really touched on is Malaysia, man. Handsome fellow. There you go.
Thank you.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate the love, the bro love. But
Thank you.
Malaysia is cool because you have family there, you have roots, and being able to
Yeah.
kind of explore that with some of your family out there, what I think would be really cool.
Yeah, Malaysia is always on the table. I think it's there's such a rich sort of culture in Malaysia that most of the world doesn't really even know about. So
Mm.
the food, just like that would be a place I'd like to do a food tour of because
Yes,
there's so many different types of foods and how they're prepared, and the recipes are sort of just passed down from one generation to the next, and every sort of part of Malaysia has their own type of food. That
thing
would
they're
be
known
fun.
for.
Yeah, the thing they're known for. Yeah, that would be super fun, honestly.
Yeah, I think we just gotta pull the trigger and really just pick a place and a time,
Yeah.
and then from there I think we can kind of hone in on the specific stories that we'd like to highlight, but we just need to get on our Anthony Bourdain, man. He's he's given us the confidence to you know just go out there and do it, man. We'll meet the right people. We'll be
Right.
in the right places. We just got to go. And like I said, they're waiting to meet us. The food is waiting for us to eat it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
the stories are waiting to be told.
this is a great brainstorm session. I think it got our minds sort of opened up to some ideas. And
I
like you
agree.
said before, an artist is only as good as the ideas they come up with.
That is correct,
So
and we have to share those ideas, and we have to share them. The ideas of the people that we meet, right? They give us new inspiration. They give us new ideas. So,
exactly.
like I said, we'll go to these places, and we may have something in mind, but it may change on the stop of a dime, right? It may turn us around. Oh, you thought you were coming here for this to meet this
Exactly.
person, but that person actually told you you're actually here to meet this person.
Right.
So, it all works in synchronicity, and I think as long as we take that risk and have that creative confidence, the greatness will flow. And shout out to the last person that just liked the live. We got it up to 9 likes. It's honestly a pretty, decent you know, uh community that we built up on this live tonight, and we appreciate the support, the love. So, if you want to have any closing thoughts, Shaheen, I just want to say, shout out to all the people, and we
Yeah.
will probably
Yeah.
be having
Shout out.
another session like this soon. So just be on the lookout. But yeah, if you want to close this out, Shaheen.
Yeah, just shout out to everyone who hopped on, and if you want to follow, I don't know if anyone can hop into these chats, right? And like,
Yeah.
it's not they don't have to be subscribed to us
No, it honestly that's where most of the people are probably coming from. So
from subscribers.
no, the most of the people that are in have been in here tonight are not subscribers.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah, because
yeah, I
it'll
mean,
show us on the feed.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys kind of vibe with us, check our channels out. I'm kind of getting more into holistic healing and stuff like that, and art and music and creativity. And Zach's sort of doing his thing with golf and art as well. But
Yeah, I haven't
we're
posted on the art channel in a bit, but we're we're at the
exactly,
we're where the money's at right now. Okay, let's just say that.
exactly. But it's a new year. It's 2026, and we're looking forward to great things. Obviously, this purpose of today's live was just to sort of catch up, me and Zach, and generate some ideas for a travel series that is kind of calling our names for this upcoming year.
And it's a feeling, man, and I know you feel it too. I know once we do it, like I said, it's really gonna give us that proof of concept, man.
Exactly. So, yeah, if you guys are at all interested in that journey, go ahead, subscribe to us. We're gonna hopefully be doing more of these live sessions and brainstorm sessions regularly, just to touch a base and get more ideas flowing. And hopefully, before you know it, we'll be out on the road making content, following
Let's
our
do it.
bliss, and raising awareness about cool things, just being curious young guys out in the world.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I appreciate you, Shaheen, as always. Let's keep being great. Let's definitely, like you said, let's hop on another one of these soon. And yeah, appreciate everyone joining the live, and be on the lookout because the world. I'm talking to you. Be on the lookout, not just the live, because we're coming and we're gonna tell the coolest stories that haven't been told yet. And we don't know what they are, we don't know where they are, but we're gonna find them, and they're gonna be incredible. So shout out to the last
Ooh.
person that we just got it to double digit likes on the night. Thank you
Woo.
guys for the 10 likes, and hope everyone has a great night. Shaheen, you please do have a great night.
You as
Enjoy
well.
your uh, daily routine. uh, I'll let you know about that shirt this week too. Let me know
Oh
when you
yeah.
write out your logo. Send it to me.
Right. Yeah. I will. Maybe that'll be a routine activity tonight. All right, brother.
uh, Appreciate you.
Peace
All right, we'll
out.
talk soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Peace.
everyone.